Hello and welcome to EBC World English News, ladies and gentlemen, and many thanks for watching us. Now, during its 41st regular session, the Minister of Councils addressed key issues and approved several important decisions. The Council approved 2 draft proclamations related to a financial agreement with the World Bank's IDA, including a 53.3 million SDR allocation for improving government services and 525.7 million SDR in grants and loans for financial sector development. The agreements, with a 6-year grace period and 38-year repayment term, were forwarded to the House of People's Representatives for final approval. The Council also reviewed a proposal to amend Investment Incentives Regulation number 517/2022, which will take effect upon publication in the Federal Nagarit Gazette following the incorporation of certain recommendations. Lastly, the Council approved a draft regulation to dissolve the Public Enterprises Holding and Administration, transferring its duties to the Liability and Asset Management Corporation. This regulation will also take effect after publication in the Federal Nagarit Gazettes. House Speaker Taggese Chaffo met with the Danish Princess Benedict Ingrid to discuss enhancing socio-economic cooperation between Ethiopia and Denmark. They focused on strengthening partnership in education, health, agriculture, and renewable energy. Taggese emphasized Ethiopia's commitment to international collaboration, highlighting Denmark's support in various sectors. He reiterated Ethiopia's readiness to work closely with Denmark to achieve shared goals. Princess Benedict acknowledged the long-standing friendship between the two nations and Denmark's continued support for Ethiopia's development initiatives. She expressed interest in further collaboration in education and sustainable economic development. Both sides expressed optimism about future cooperation. Earlier, the princess held talks with First Ladies Nasht Ayacho and Minister of Women and Social Affairs Ergogo Tesfaye. Diplomatic relations between Ethiopia and Denmark were officially established in 1967. Now in business, a high-level business delegation from Reach Digital Company UAE, led by CEO Feras Naim Mohammed Abu Shark, has begun its pre-investment visit to Ethiopia. The delegation's visit started with a meeting with the Commissioner of Ethiopian Investment Commission, according to the Ethiopian news agency. During the meeting, Commissioner Zeleka reaffirmed the Ethiopian government's commitment to supporting private investment, assuring the delegation of full assistance for their endeavors in the country. CEO Abu Shark highlighted Reach Digital's expertise in digital transformation and systems integration, with a successful track record since its founding in 1999. He emphasized the company's interest in bringing its global success stories to Ethiopia, aiming to drive regional digital growth. Ethiopian ambassador to the UAE, who coordinated the visit, noted that their interest reflects Ethiopia's rising status as a hub for innovation and technology. He also emphasized that this visit strengthens the growing business ties between Ethiopia and the UAE, promoting mutual economic benefits. The visit was facilitated by the Ethiopian Embassy in Abu Dhabi to enhance bilateral business relations and investment opportunities. And finally, an economist underscores that Ethiopia's expanding population and economy demand diversified port access to foster trade and regional integration. Professor Mulatu Fakadu, an economist at the Aswan University of Technology, told EBC that Ethiopia's pursuit of a sea outlet is rooted in the principle of give and take, ensuring no threat to neighboring nations. Shagamata has more on that.
Landlocked Ethiopia has been calling to secure diversified access to sea to meet the demands of its growing population and economy. The only Djibouti port access to Ethiopia is not adequate as it expends the country a large sum of port fee. Talking to EBC World at this dialogue, Mulatu Fakado, an economist at the University of South Africa, indicated that Ethiopia's request to have diversified access to port is vital as it boosts trade and regional integration.
Ethiopia has been depending on Djibouti for access to the sea, for all maritime trade. You see, given the size of port in Djibouti, Ethiopia cannot facilitate all its trade operations just depending on one single port. So when we have diversified access to the sea, it helps to reduce transportation cost, transaction cost, right? And Ethiopian exports are mostly perishable agricultural commodities, food items. So if a given ton of food or agricultural product stay in a port, in a port where there is no facilities to keep the product safe, it can be a total loss for the economy.
Access to sea also beefs up Ethiopia's trade opportunities, economic interdependence, and cooperation among the countries in the Horn and beyond, specifically in reducing cost of transport and in making Ethiopian products competitive at the international market, the economist expounded.
When a country has access to the sea, a reliable one, diversified, it should not be just one port, then in that case, it gives a competitive advantage, right? It gives a competitive advantage, which means the cost of production became lower, right? So now Ethiopia can sell its products abroad in a reasonably fair price. Then Ethiopian product became competitive elsewhere. So that makes Ethiopian products, demanded by the international community, not only our neighbors. So the competitive advantage is, when we can also translate the gain from trade to further the economic growth in the country and beyond.
Mulatu further noted that Ethiopia's quest to sea is based on a win-win approach, but not through war, and its quest is for the economic prosperity and social development of all neighboring nations.
When we make trade with our neighboring nations, the gain from trade is magnificent. It's a really significant one, and use for the economic prosperity, social development in our neighboring nations. Therefore, everything we do should be done in such a way that it mutually benefits every neighboring nation. No war, no need to be antagonized, no hostility, because all the nations surrounding Ethiopia, 5 of them, we have really language relationship, ethnic groups living in both nations, Yes. Therefore, we are naturally combined, naturally tied together, to live together, to prosper together, for the benefit of the wider Horn of Africa.
Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and other world leaders have given recognition to Ethiopia's quest to secure access to sea from neighbors as it respects the principle of international law.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching EBC World. Now a quick recap of the top story. Economist says securing sea access could transform Ethiopia's trade and regional integration. Well, dear viewers, that's all the news there is for now. Many thanks for watching us. Bye-bye.
Did you know that in July 2024, Ethiopia liberalized its forex regime?